this video is to explain to you how to do the EKG heart wave comparison activity. Once again, you are going to be doing lead 2, which has the anode on the right wrist and the cathode on the left leg. Don't forget to hook up the ground wire also. And we're going to be getting the lead 2 EKG. We're going to get our P wave, which is atrial depolarization, the Q wave, which is atrial systole, the QRS complex, which is ventricular depolarization, the ST, which is ventricular systole, then T is ventricular relaxation. So, we have two heart sounds. We have our love sound, which is this one, and our dove sound, which is this one. The love sound happens right as the ventricle starts to contract. So it's not surprising. Here's our QRS, that's depolarization, and about right here is where we have systole starting, and there's sound 1. Sound 2 happens after the heart relaxes. The heart can't maintain any pressure, blood starts to flow backwards, so semilunar valves close, so we get the second wave, the dove sound, right after the T wave. So, you're going to open to exercise 17, heart sounds, and follow the fast track instructions. Like the EKG one, it's going to tell you to hit different keys at different times, and that is to have you know what is going on when. Now, the first thing you're going to do in it is you are going to actually measure the heart sounds in specific places, so you could hear the tricuspid, bicuspid, aortal, and pulmonary, and you are going to make the measurements of the sounds for the peak to peak. Then, what you are going to do is you are going to do a series of activities. You're going to be at rest, you're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, you're going to exercise, and you are going to then make some measurements. Like before, R to R wave, both beats per minute and the time. R wave to sound 1, R wave to sound 2, sound 1 to sound 2, sound 1 to sound 1, etc. Now, the data is going to look like this. Again, we can't see very many of the waves. So, what I would do is go up here to the zoom in, display autoscale waveforms, zoom in, display autoscale waveforms, autoscale horizontal, until it looks manageable. So, I've made the waveform for manageable. Here's our R wave, or QRS complex actually, and here's sound 1, here's our T wave, sound 2. QRS complex, then sound 1, we have our T wave, and that is sound 2, and it looks like they might actually have a sound 3 right there. You also get distortions like this while you're moving the stethoscope. So, we're at rest right now, so let us see what the first thing we're supposed to record is. So the first thing was, at rest, the R wave to the R wave, beats per minute, and delta T. So I'm going to go here, I am going to find a nice R wave, and I'm going from R wave to R wave again. Only one. This says the person's heart rate was 66 beats per minute. Now, if I go multiple R waves, well, it's 22, so only go one R wave to R wave. So, that's 66 beats per minute. Now, we also need the time delta T. So, from R wave to R wave, it took 0.89 seconds. So, I record those here at rest. Now it's 67, so 67.2. The R wave to R wave delta T was 0.89, 0.89. Then I need R wave to S1, which is the length of time it takes from depolarization to making it the AV valve close. Then R wave to S2, which is basically the length of ventricular systole. So what I would do, R wave, S1, and that was 0.038 seconds, so 0.4 seconds. Then our wave to S2. There's S2, 0.378 seconds. So Sicily was basically 0.387 seconds. That is why we're interested in this one. S2 to S2, that should pretty much give us, or S1 to S1, S2 at S2. Those are going to give us basically the heart rate too. It should be about the same. So S1 to S1. Oops, there is an S3 right there. So S1 to S1. The time is 0.85 seconds. See, it's almost about the same time. We've got 67.70. Of course, sound 2 to sound 2. We have sound 2 to sound 2. See, that was what we got before, so I wasn't highlighting it right. And so forth. Then the magnitude, which is the peak to peak. So the magnitude of sound 1, magnitude of sound 3, magnitude of sound 2, magnitude of sound 3. So this is a very nice sound 1. So I highlight the sound 1. P to P is this one, 2.37 millivolts. Sound 2. Here, the magnitude is 1.87 millivolts. Sound 3 is 1.29 millivolts. So sound 1 was 2.39. And that's what you do for each other recordings. You do the rest one, inhalation, exhalation after exercise. So if you scroll over, this is inhale. And see how noisy it got? Basically, that's the stethoscope also moving around as you're inhaling. That's why you have all those other waves. It's basically detecting, is there sound? That is exhalation. And that is exercise. That is how you make the recordings for the second part of this activity. Thank you very much.